Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson. So today's market started out with this downtrend working lower with a break and a new extreme. Then we had some correction here, uptrend working higher with a break and a new high. And we had another push to a new high here. Market opened around this area here. So at this point, I was just playing with a break and a new high. This didn't come in until later in the market, but break and new high at this point, and we have this correction. We have a first entry long pullback, second entry long failure here. So this is the failed second entry long, but you already have a break and a new extreme. So at this point, I'm just waiting as the market open. I'd like to see price action develop and see what the next pattern is going to be. It's already given signs of some trading range. So I went ahead and drew my support and resistance here. Then you can see prices push lower here, and we get another leg working lower. So you may be tempted to draw some wider channel like this, but it's still very early in the market. This wider channel typically isn't valid in trading range structure. So I always like to stick to these tighter channels. And I was playing this as a break in a new extreme and seeing what the market was going to do next. This EMA is going to be very important because if we're going to push lower again, then it's a good sign that we may want to test the support level. But if we're back above the EMA, then we can treat this as two legs down because you can see this first leg here, which I drew here. And then if you copy and paste it, you can see another second leg here. So you can see that two-legged pullback. So if we get back above the EMA, it's a good sign that bears are treating this as a two-legged pullback and we can expect a stronger bullish correction. So at this point, we are in fact back above the EMA. You have a first entry short, second entry short failure, which is a great setup. This failed second entry short, and it's actually a decent setup to go long. Problem is that this one formed majority below the EMA, so we have to be patient on this setup here, but it confirmed our analysis. We continued pushing higher with this nice seamless leg working higher. So I went ahead and drew this nice leg, this nice trend working up, and I'm looking for some second entry long. At any point here, when you get this push up, it's very clear that this uptrend is in play. So I'm looking for some second entry long at the EMA, take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high, and prices most likely wanting to test this resistance level. So you can see we're looking for the second entry long. We don't get it. First entries just continue to work higher. You get a first entry long. Looks like a pullback second entry long here, but way too far from the EMA. So unfortunately, we get a tiny break and a new high without getting something at the EMA, but no worries. At least we're reading the market correctly. So when we get to this point here, we have a break and a new high of the uptrend. Trading range is our main structure. So I'm starting to think that the bears could potentially step in at this resistance level and maybe reverse the market. If you look at this on a higher time frame, you can see this nice first leg working higher here. If we copy and paste this here, you can see a second leg. So you get the two-legged pullback exactly like you got here, but just bigger legs here. So you get the two-legged pullback, and this gives us confidence that we don't want to be drawing any wider channels. We really expect the bears to step into the market given this resistance and these broad two-leg bullish, these broad two bullish legs. So I'm really expecting a correction here. So let's see what happens. You get a bullish correction like we expected. I was thinking about some second entry short at the EMA because it'd be a great setup to capitalize on the resistance holding and this downtrend needing a new extreme. But you can see prices played out with a break and a new low here. This is a waiting area for me. I wouldn't have this wider channel just yet because I really need to see, after we have a break and a new low, I really need to see more prices print to see what the next cycle is going to be. But then when we get this push lower here, it's already a good sign. Okay, we could potentially be having some wider channel here. And sure enough, it gets confirmed here. So at this point, this is a great area for some second entry short. Let's see if we can get it. You give a first entry short, and you get the second entry short, but it forms way above the EMA. I needed something below the EMA, and I have this bullish channel working higher now. So I was thinking about some failed second entry long. It looks like there's a count reset here, so it would technically just be a lower high here. But I was looking for some failed second entry long to take advantage of this downtrend needing a new extreme. And you can see prices just pushed lower and created the new extreme here. So at this point, again, I mean, this is a great day to learn these two-legged pullbacks or just to visualize them. You really want to train your eyes to see these two-legged pullbacks, and this is exactly what happened again. You got it here, the broad two legs, you got the two legs here, and then once again, you get the first leg down, break, second leg down. So I'm really expecting some failed second entry short at this point because you can see the broad two-legged pullback downtrend play with the break in a new extreme. You know that channels like this just aren't valid. This is way too wide in a trading range structure. So you really expect a pivot at this point. So let's see if we can get some failed second entry short above the EMA. So you have a higher low here, but problem is that this higher low is, you really need to see the failed second entry short to trust the reversal. This higher low just doesn't confirm much. You do have the two legs down and a break in a new extreme, but the higher low isn't confirming the reversal. The failed second entry short is going to be the one that's going to confirm the reversal. And sure enough, you get the failed second entry short here. So this is first great high probability setup. Failed second entry short here. Two legs down, downtrend play with the break in a new extreme. You really expect prices to reverse at this point. So we're looking for the failed second entry short above the EMA. And sure enough, you get it. Failed second entry short above the EMA. Worked for a nice scalp here. And then prices ended up reversing lower here. And this, I mean, the bottom just completely dropped at this point. So at this point, this is a change in market cycle. If we zoom out, our main bias was a trading range for the majority of the morning. And now we're shifting into downtrend. So trading range market cycle here. And this is a shift in market cycles to a downtrend working lower now. So let's see what happens next. I'm expecting some second entry short at the EMA. You have a first entry short. Can we get some second entry short at the EMA? And you do get a second entry short. But problem is that it's a bad signal bar for me. I can't sell below this bullish bar here. So you get a break and a new high. And I'm thinking about some failed second entry long below the EMA. This lower high just isn't enough. It formed mainly above the EMA. So I really need to see some failed second entry long here below the EMA to take advantage of this downtrend needing a new extreme. Once again, you can see those nice two legs. First leg, break, second leg. And you can see we get a stronger bullish correction. But now we're back below the EMA. So nothing changes. I'm still expecting some failed second entry long above the EMA, below the EMA, excuse me. You get a lower high here, but once again, lower high just isn't enough. I needed to see the failed second entry long reversal to really expect that this downtrend is going to get a new low, because you can argue that there could be some wider channel like this. And if this is valid, then this uptrend could potentially need a new high before market works lower. And since it's not a clear two-legged pullback like this, if this lower high formed below the EMA, like the way this formed here, I could consider, because you can see these broad two legs, and a lower high would be justified below the EMA here. But the reason why it doesn't work here is because you could argue that there's some wider channel like this. And if there's a wider channel like this, the uptrend is going to want a new high before we work lower. So I really need a failed second entry long in this case scenario, because I really need to see that reversal pattern to understand or to read that this downtrend is going to get a new extreme. And you get the failed second entry long, but it formed very sketchy on my chart. It's getting quite stacked here, so I can't take. But we do work lower. Downtrend played out the break and a new extreme at this point, and we're back above the EMA. So I'm still not giving up on this downtrend needing a new low, because when I was watching this live, I was thinking of something like this, a two-legged pullback like this, and then downtrend prices pushing lower. But you can see we quickly negate that idea because we're pushing back higher. So now I'm starting to think, okay, there could potentially be some reversal here. They could have considered this as a test, as an attempt to create a new low that just failed. And this is the main area. If prices push higher here, I'm really going to give up on downtrend needing a new low. And you can see this is exactly where the reversal happened. So when prices rejected here and we pushed higher, uptrend put out the break in a new high. So if bears were going to test the new low, they needed to do it here. And since we held prices and pushed higher, I reanalyzed and I adapted to potentially some wider channel. And you can see we continue to push higher. So at this point, I'm drawing this wider uptrend here, something like this. And I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA, because I've already given up on downtrend needing a new low. We retraced way too much of this move. So now we're shifting market cycles again. So we started in range market cycle. We shifted to a downtrend market cycle, attempt to create a new extreme of the downtrend here. And now we're shifting into a bullish market cycle. So now this bullish channel is in play, and I'm looking for some second entry long at the EMA. You get a first entry long, pull back, second entry long here, but we're way too far from the EMA. And I was thinking about some double trap here, but problem is it's formed below the EMA. Can we get some higher low here? And I was thinking we were going to get the higher low here, but unfortunately it didn't, and it pushed lower. So now I'm thinking about some failed second entry short, but you can see we just continue pushing higher. So I'm still looking for second entry long at this point. Second entry long would be a great setup. You get a first entry long pullback. There's no trigger above higher for a second entry long. You get the second entry long here, but downtrend is in play. So I can't take. I was looking for some higher low, and we push higher. So nothing changed. We're in a bullish channel. Second entry long at the EMA. Can we get it? Pushed higher on the first entry long. So count reset. Can we get some second entry long now? Pushed higher on the first entry long. So that was the theme for this channel, that the first entries just continued to push. So I'm still looking for the second entry long. You get a first entry long, second entry long, downtrend in play. Can I get something above the EMA? Downtrend played out the break in a new low, which is great to see. Now I'm thinking about some higher low here. I would really like to see some higher low to capitalize on this uptrend needing a new high, since this was the first break of the channel. And you get some higher low here, but it formed quite sketchy on my chart. So I was thinking about some failed second entry short, and you can see we're back below the EMA at this point. So it's looking like there could be some small trading range that's getting developed here, but the bias is still bullish. Why? Because we pushed up into this range, and uptrend still needs a new high according to trendline rule. So I'm not giving up on the bulls yet. This could just be a stronger correction, but I'm still expecting bulls to take over and create a new high for this uptrend. So downtrend played out the break in a new extreme. And sure enough, this support held here. Prices pushed higher. I was hoping there would be some higher low here, but unfortunately we didn't get it. And we just pushed higher. And it looks like we retested pretty much the new extreme here. But now we're getting a little bit too late on the day. So at this point, this is just for educational purposes. It's just a little bit too late for us. But perfect price action. We can go back to this in summary. The first market cycle was trading range. We had a downtrend with a break in a new extreme, uptrend break new high, reversed into this downtrend with a break in a new low. We stick to the tighter channels in these trading ranges. This is a perfect day to visualize these two-legged pullbacks. You had these nice two legs up, these two legs down, uptrend play out the break in new high. We can expect a reversal at this resistance, and we see these two legs up. Downtrend played out with a break in a new extreme, a nice failed second entry short. After we visualize these two legs, downtrend played out, reversal would be expected. So great high probability setup here. Then we shifted market cycles into this downtrend working lower. So we shifted from this range into downtrend. Downtrend played out with a break, attempt to create a new extreme, but then prices ended up reversing here. Now, when we got to this point and prices held, we gave up on the new low because we just retraced way too much of this move. And now we're shifting once again market cycles into this bullish channel now. So now I'm just looking for that second entry long at the EMA, but you can see the theme of today was just first entries working. So first entry work, first entry work. We just couldn't get the second entry long at the EMA, but no worries. At least price action was working as expected. Then we get downtrend that played out with a break in a new extreme here. There's some support that's holding here, and prices push higher. We're looking for some higher low here to take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high and the support holding, but unfortunately we didn't get it, and prices just pushed higher and tested the new high here. So great price action, very, very predictable price action. If this video was helpful for you guys, please feel free to hit that like button below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. I have a trading community where I post charts daily in real time. If that's of any interest to you guys, feel free to check out the link in the description below. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.